Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the 2 Cents podcast. I'm your host, Rufaro, joined by my lovely co-host, Mariam. In person, I could scream. Couldn't you?
Indeed.
Should we scream?
Indeed.
Let's scream.
Girl, don't tell me with a good time, but let's go.
We're so excited. We can't do that for sure. But yeah, welcome back, guys. This is a very refreshing episode because it's a very special one to us as well, for reasons I'm going to get into just about now, because obviously if you're watching video, you can see it's not just the two of us. We have a very special lady with us today.
Very special guest.
But I'm going to let her talk for herself, introduce herself, let us know who she is. But all I can say on my part is she's a very beautiful lady, very...
Aw, thank you. We love her. Friend of the podcast.
Literally, yeah, like our new BFF, you
Yeah.
may call her. Her name is Chioma. Chioma, please introduce yourself.
Hi, ladies. Thank you for having me today. So my name is Chioma. And yeah, I'm the founder of Black Sisters Unite Germany. I'm an author, social scientist. That's it, really.
She's saying that's
She
it,
said
like it's something so small. Like
that's,
that's
just
a whole
normal
catalog.
life.
But yeah, welcome. How are you
Yeah,
feeling?
How am I feeling? It's just nice to be in the presence of such beautiful Black ladies.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry. Well, guys, yesterday we had our live show. I think by now, you know, we had our live show. You can tell from the banner also behind Chioma.
Yeah.
It was an amazing day. We we still have a lot to learn from that. But it was our very first live show. It happened. Chioma was also part of it. So if you haven't watched anything on that regard, go look for it.
Go
It's
look on
everywhere.
Instagram, TikTok. I'm sure you'll see like clips here and there. Maybe we'll have like more somewhere eventually, but maybe you guys have to beg us because we asked you to buy tickets and be here, and if you didn't come, then sorry.
You missed.
Thank you. Please tell them. Tell
you
them.
missed the gist.
But yeah, the live show was actually a success. What do you think?
It was so beautiful,
Right?
and so far we've had such positive feedback, especially from the guests. Because again, some of the audience are my friends, so obviously I don't expect my friends to be like it was shit.
Yeah.
So they said it was nice, but like the guests, like apart from them saying they were having a good time, you could actually like see, like they really felt nice about it, and I think that's what it is about for us, like creating that space for Black people doing stuff to get recognized. I feel like we don't have enough of that. Like in the US, it happens. Like you do stuff, there's everything, there's a podcast here, there are shows there, and you always get invited to stuff. I feel like in Germany, there's just not enough of that, where people need to get more recognition for like, the cool stuff they're doing and feel nice about it. Like even if you have just a 5,000 following, it's still a lot. Like I keep saying, I still have under 1,000 followers. Guys, follow me on Instagram.
But do you post?
That's the thing. I still have less than 1K followers on Instagram, but we move. And it's just, people are doing amazing stuff. And even Chioma saying, that's it. It's not that's it. It's like, you've written a book. How many people have written a book in life? It's like, it's...
Quick correction. So because I'm in academia, you publish studies.
It's still, that's the thing.
Right?
It's still a handful of people in the
books.
world. It's a small percentage of us that get to go that far, in our careers. So it's still so amazing, right? And then what you're doing with Black Sisters Unite. So I think that feedback from the guests it was just like, okay, right? This is exactly what we wanted. And I'm happy it kind of translated. And apart from that, it was so cutesy.
People looked great.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the outfits. Chioma's outfit.
Yeah. Oh my God, Chiyoma's face beat. Chiyoma's outfit. Like when she walked in, I was like, wow, that beat. And like, when it's beat and it stays. Like me, I beat my face and then it melts off after like, because I have such oily skin. No, but it was so good. I just kept looking at her face like, wow.
And she came fashionably late, right?
Yeah,
so she did like a Beyonce.
Not you calling me out.
It's okay.
I came late as well.
We're not Germans. It's fine.
But yeah, the live show. For me, I was a bad host yesterday. I got here late. Everyone was already here when I got here, and I was like, oh, embarrassing.
But you were so cute as well.
Oh, thank you.
So I was like when the guests came, everybody was like, "Oh, where is Rufara?" I was like, "She's almost here. She's almost here."
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
and like because I think a few people wanted to take pictures with us at the beginning.
Yeah.
So like, "Oh, is Rufara here?" Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, it's okay. She's almost here. She's almost here." And then you walked in, and I think it's also the thing when you walk in and you look nice, nobody can complain because they're just like, you know, she's exactly, she's so beautiful.
I'm blushing.
She needed the time. Yeah.
Oh, people were so graceful about it because I was so
Yeah.
embarrassed. I was like, how can you be a host of something and you show up late? And I was like,
I was late too. That's fun. Like I also came after too. Like I didn't get here before to know.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get here before too. Like it was like the last time I saw when I was still getting ready was like 2:04, and it was at that point I was just like, okay, it's time to go. Like anything I haven't done now, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna head out. And then I came here a few minutes late.
Okay. Oh well.
Yeah.
But everyone was so gracious about it. The vibe was vibing.
Yeah.
It was
really
actually
nice.
Yeah. And thank you so much to everyone who attended.
Yeah,
Our
thank
lovely,
you
lovely
guys.
guests. Everyone looked so beautiful. People had so much substance. I love that about the live show. We'll probably keep reflecting on it a lot because we still plan on having more and more live shows. It's actually going to be a thing for us because we want to go to Frankfurt, Cologne, Berlin, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's giving world tour. It's giving Beyonce.
It's giving Beyonce.
It's giving black.
Actually, before we
magic.
forget, there were a few people we forgot to say thank you to yesterday. Like we should. We had 2 lovely ladies help us out. Actually, 3.
Absolutely.
So we had Cece, Rafara's friend, that came all the way with her to help out. That was so beautiful. Thank you, Cece. Modrikwe, my little cousin, as I always call her. She's not little. There's nothing little about her. But, you know, growing up, she was always like, you know, the little one. So in my head, this is how I remember her. But yeah, she came all the way from Deggendorf to help. Actually, Pfarrkirchen, I keep saying Deggendorf, to help out. And that's like all the way in the south to all the way in the north. Thank you so much, Mudukbe. And Gloria also came all the way from Frankfurt to help out. Thank you, Gloria. Photographer, team, thank you so much for being graceful. We forgot to say some of these thanks yesterday. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it. It was definitely much better than we even imagined, I think. Yeah,
actually. And to the people who canceled last minute.
Yeah, we're like low-key,
Side-eye.
high-key judging you.
Literally,
but it's okay.
like, how do you RSVP and you don't show up? But you're forgiven this time. For the next one, you're not. But anyway, guys, we have the lovely Chioma. I feel like yesterday she was holding out on us, and we're not having that today.
Was I?
You literally
what
were.
was I holding out on?
I shall not speak, but all I can say right now is you are not allowed to hold out today because I speak for myself, maybe for Mariam as well, when I say I'm going to poke the bear today.
Oh dear.
Because I feel like you have so much substance and you have so much to say, but yesterday you were kind of like...
It was also my fault. I forgot my lines. So I forgot to
It's giving script.
Screaming.
I forgot to ask them to introduce themselves when it was Chioma and Jessica's bit. So actually Chioma reminded me, she was like, I thought we were gonna introduce ourselves. I was like, oops, sorry, I forgot. But yeah, like I feel like because that maybe threw her off a little bit as well. So
Just a
apologies.
Apologies to you and
Apologies.
Jessica. Shout out to Jessica.
Shout out to Jessica.
But yeah, we'll do better next time. We'll definitely do better next time. So for this one, guys, we want to get into a bit of ruffling feathers. If you know anything about Mariam and I, you know the fact that I'm the one who, I was going to say who enjoys, but I want to correct people. I don't enjoy ruffling feathers, but I feel like sometimes you just have to. It's just what it is. So you remember that video where I was ruffling the feathers of black men? I feel like we're going to do that again today. But before we get into that whole vibe, we do have a dilemma we didn't manage to read yesterday because of time.
I'm starting to enjoy dilemmas so much. I think because I'm such a gossipy person, like I just love gist.
She's like, I want to know what's going on.
It's so Nigerian.
It's so Nigerian.
Oh my God, guys, sorry, before we get into it, we've been arguing. Imagine people arguing with me about if I'm Nigerian or not. I'm the person
You're
that
not.
like, first of all, people are telling me I'm Ghanaian. That's the most ridiculous thing. I'm literally, guys.
PY, can you please remind this woman she's Ghanaian? Like, you
I'm so
just
sorry.
explained it
PY
well.
tried to explain something that I've never heard before.
No,
There's Togo,
PY is Nigerian.
there's a whole
is
line,
Ghanaian.
and then there's Ghana. My mom comes from Togo, from the north, actually the north of Togo. So I don't even think it even has any. Is it the north?
No,
Hey,
Hey, so you
It's
don't
not
even
the
know.
So,
Oh man.
More than you being Togolese, you're an Ewe. Ewes are originally Ghanaians. Not even originally, they still exist very much.
but why is it the other way around? I've always understood it that the Togolese are the Ewes and then some of them are in Ghana.
Because the bigger population of Ewes are in Ghana. Togo is a very small country. It was just cut away from Ghana by the British and the French. That's why you will find Ashanti people and Ewe people in Togo. Our names are the same. What's your name? What's your Togolese name?
Aku.
That's because you were born on Wednesday. Right? That's a
Yeah,
look at her face.
That's a Kia.
Yeah.
In Ashanti and in the Ewes it's Aku. It's the same thing. And that is not a Togolese tradition. It's a Ghanaian tradition.
Guys,
Do you have anything else to say?
no,
She
it's
got-
Thank you.
I'm actually, you know how I feel right now?
Why?
I'm having identity crisis.
You should, as you should. No, because PY is the perfect person to explain this. He
Because
is Ghanaian.
he is Ghanaian, but that's the thing. He's gonna say you're Ghanaian because
And
he's
so
Ghanaian.
are you.
Well,
He's
can
not
you
trying
not
to
just be
claim you,
Ghanaian
but
and
you
also
are
be
just
I'm
Nigerian?
Ghanaian.
Togolese. I have
Okay,
nothing.
I'm
Oh.
gonna ask you again, like I asked you before. Is Ayo German then?
I is Nigerian because both of his parents are Nigerian.
To
Like-
top it off,
Yeah.
right? Togolese, to the best of my knowledge, and if there's any Togolese watching, correct me. Togolese and Ghanaian people are usually maternal, so we take our mother's line. So
That's
you
Yeah,
would-
that's why I always say I'm
No,
Togolese.
Definitely no. But you're Togolese, but you're Ghanaian because you're Ewe. And Ewes are Ghanaian.
It has
It's
nothing
just
to
the
do.
colonial line that was put there. That's making you think of Togolese. You're technically.
So you're saying Togo doesn't exist then?
It
Oh.
Oh my
Because
god.
that's what it sounds like.
No,
Oh.
if you go to where your mom's from, I can guarantee you can walk from there.
Actually, you know, fun fact. Where my mom's from, the people there actually are originally migrated from Nigeria.
Oh my god.
It's actually
twist.
it's a crazy
Oh
plot.
my
no,
God.
I'm not because we speak Ewe because that's like the general thing that's spoken, but then we like have another dialect that sounds very much like Yoruba, and then their history is that they actually migrated from somewhere in like Western Nigeria. So that's like their history. Obviously, it's very very far removed, and it's not. It's like a folk tale almost at this point, but because it's so far back, but still, that's their own, like my mom's own village, that's their own history. I'm Togolese, guys.
But you're
put a pin.
Nigerian.
But you're
Yes.
Nigerian as well.
How are you?
So
I'm
wait, so now
Nigerian.
you're not
No,
Nigerian
I am.
anymore?
I am. I'm Nigerian. I'm Togolese, and that's it. Anything after that, I can't.
But at the end
And
of
you're
the
German
day,
as well. Also,
I'm not German.
No, she's
So
not
am I
German.
German.
She's
So,
not German.
so
No,
you see,
Ayo is Nigerian because both his parents are Nigerian.
both his parents are not Nigerian though.
Both of.
But at the end of the day, we can't tell her what she is, right?
Nah, I'm doing
So
it.
stop
Okay.
poking the bear.
All right.
In any case, like she said, we're gonna let you be. Now I'm stuck on Ghanaian.
I'm
We're gonna let you
Togolese.
be Nigerian. You are Nigerian Togolese.
Thank you.
But to us,
And
cough
rest my
cough,
case.
you are Ghanaian at heart.
To us. To me,
Some
she's
of
Well,
Nigerian.
I'll only take you because PY said more discounts for Ghanaian. So obviously, Charlie, I accept.
Money, 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 money.
Finished.
You know, Ghanaians and Nigerians don't get along.
That's just
Please, we're Nigerian, madam. Can you just leave her alone, please? Nigeria for life.
Well, I've been to Cape Coast. I want to do the most white people thing. I've been to Cape Coast.
I have no idea. What
You have no
that
idea
is.
what Cape Coast is a part of Ghana. I don't even know where it is. But
Okay.
it's close to the water. And that's where like all the slave things happened.
Oh, I've seen it on social media actually. Okay.
I've been to Cape Coast.
Anyway, like I said, guys, we do have a dilemma. We didn't read yesterday, but before we get into that, I need my lovely sister here to tell us a bit more about what you remember. She said that's it, like trying to diminish what she does, but she does this beautiful thing where she brings Black sisters, Black women specifically together. And yeah, please just tell us more about that. How did you come to actually creating the group, to naming it, and what was the idea behind it? Are you still motivated to
That's
do
a
it?
lot of questions.
Sorry. Okay, let's go one by one.
Okay.
What brought it about?
So Black Sisters Unite Germany. So I have seen a lot of groups, right? Or some groups some safe spaces for Black women in Germany, they're usually, I don't know what that means. Anyway, but they're usually in German. So I have noticed that there are more and more Black women, right, that are moving to Germany. Obviously, they were not born in Germany. And so it's difficult for those people to access those spaces since they're not German native born, right? And German is such a hard language to learn, really. And so I just thought, let me just create a group, a safe space, for Black women that where our events are held in English, right? And so we have events in Munich, Hamburg, Berlin, Frankfurt, Stuttgart, Düsseldorf, Cologne.
So you literally just pick a random city and
No. Like I pick city, like metropolitan cities, right? And so at first, I started the group in January 2024, and it was just first in Hamburg, and then I started getting like lots of messages on Instagram. From women across Germany, just literally asking me, why is this not in Berlin? Why is this not in Munich? Why is this not in Frankfurt? So then I started traveling around, and then obviously now I have some ambassadors that help me organize those events, not in every city, but in some cities. And yeah, it's just nice. We get together, we sit, we eat, we talk. And it's just really interesting to hear like the experiences Black women have had in Germany. And it's not just for Black women that do not speak German. It's also for Afro-Germans, Black Germans, Afro-Portuguese, Afro-Italian, whatever you want to call yourself, or whatever you identify as. As long as you're Black, you're very welcome. And it's just been interesting to see what Black women experience here. Obviously, racism is always a big thing. Just navigating the German system, the job markets, navigating loneliness and isolation, antagonization, and also when you experience racism, like when you see how your kids are being subjected to racism and how you deal with that, especially if you're a single mother. And you don't really know how to navigate the school system as well. Like there's so many barriers. But then it's also interesting to hear like the reasons why Black women come to Germany and, how that has changed their lives. It's just interesting. And I'm really happy that, I've created a safe space, really. Yeah, it's been nice. And lately I've started combining the events. So not just sitting, at a restaurant and then talking to each other, but like I combine it with an activity. So we've been doing, or things that we've done like bowling or karaoke, and then, followed by, then sitting together and then eating. Or the other day we went to the arcades and, just to unleash your inner child. We went like laser tagging. It was really nice. So really happy about this space. Yeah, you guys should come.
Definitely. You had told me there was one happening in Frankfurt. Was yesterday as well, right? On the 13th.
It was on the
6th. Oh yeah, it was on the 6th. But I had the thing for my kids. Okay, yeah. So there was one that happened last week in Frankfurt, and now I'm just gonna watch out for that.
Yeah.
And try to join as well, because I think what you said, there's that thing of those of us that, even if you speak German, I think I'm in that boat where even if I speak German, I just find it very difficult to socialize in German. Like for me, anything social is English. Like that's where I'm comfortable. That's what means relaxed for me. If I'm going to social events and I still have to speak German, it's just my brain hasn't fully reconciled the two. Like German is like work and all this stuff, and then English is like social and relaxed and all that stuff. To the point where whenever German is being spoken in a space, like my whole body tightens up in a certain way. I know it's not the best thing, because even when people are trying to be nice, even when it's like social stuff, like, but because I think that's just the conditioning I've had, where it's like, this is what German is for, and then this is what English is for, which I think obviously is not it's not a great thing for me because I'm losing out on some connections that I could have as well. But yeah, like those spaces are so important. I think it's also one of the reasons why we also choose to do the podcast in English as well, to kind of carry most people along, at least for the most part. But yeah, I think it's just so beautiful.
And it's the
Well
thing
done,
you've
girl.
mentioned about your thinking language. I don't remember in
Yeah.
what context we were talking about this,
Yeah.
but like the language you
If we-
think in
exactly.
is the obvious, most comfortable language for you.
Yeah.
So I do.
And if we don't
socialize
think in the
German.
same language, I just feel like we can't be very close.
It can be difficult.
Yeah.
It's doable, but it can be
Yeah, it's
difficult.
doable, but it'll be difficult.
Because
yeah. Because a lot is lost in translation.
exactly.
A lot, like emotions especially, it's just lost in translation. Like I can't emote certain things in German. In fact, many things in German. How do you emote love actually in German? Like they don't even have the concept. Do you know how
Ich hab dich
like
lieb.
yeah, that's the thing. Ich hab dich lieb. Like what does that?
I have
Even that,
I have
like,
you
can't-
love.
Like what the hell does that mean? Like it's just you can't emote. It's weird. So again, obviously no shade to like German speakers. That's your own language and you probably have the opposite of what I have. It's just I think that what I was saying yesterday, that I said when I go to like some Ghanaian events here in Hamburg, for instance, I feel left out. But I actually now started thinking maybe I actually exclude myself because of the language thing. Because for them, like that's what's comfortable, which makes sense. But for me, once I get there, my whole body tightens up. I don't really want to speak German because it's not fun for me. Like once I'm speaking German, fun has left the room. Like I'm no longer having fun.
Maybe that's a mindset as
That's
well.
what I'm saying. It's my mind,
Yeah.
but I don't even know how to come out of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so once I have to speak German, it's no longer fun. It's like, okay, now it's business, now it's work. Let's get on with it.
No, I do that sometimes.
Unfortunately.
To be fair, I do it sometimes because you relate German to work.
Yeah.
But I also like it when I can consciously speak German in social circles
It's
for
very-
myself.
it's
Not
really
that
beau-
I
yeah.
have to. It has to be a case where I know that I don't have to,
Yeah.
but I can and I want to in this instance. So it's a bit difficult when I'm now socializing in a space where they know zero English. And so, because in German, it's not my first language, I can get stuck somewhere for a word. I'll be like, what's that word again? And sometimes when I'm speaking with someone who even has a little knowledge of English, they can help me translate. That's doable. But someone will be like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I'm just in my head, I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. Maybe they're not thinking, I'm not, But I love your groove, man. It's really, really good. And I like the fact that you also like not, you stay away from just having the sit down vibe, because it can be boring.
It can be boring.
People
yeah.
sometimes don't have the social skills we would
That's
want
it,
them to
that's
have.
it.
So you as the host, you kind of have to then carry everyone,
Switch it up
and you
a little
can't
bit.
do that. It's exhausting. But like, what's do you think, or have you experienced people actually forming personal friendships out of your events? Or
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
That's
really
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, they have. And it's nice to see. And oftentimes I also follow up, asking people
Yeah.
what they thought about the event and if there was someone that they really clicked
nice.
with. There was this one meeting that we had and this girl just burst into tears and she was like, oh, like since I've been in Germany, I've never been, in a space like this, just surrounded by Black women. And she actually started crying and talking about her depression and stuff. And so I had to follow up with her because that's just what I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, she did tell me that she's now found people who kind of check in with her every now and then. So that's nice to see.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's amazing, yeah.
Bringing
And I think
people
I think
together.
what you mentioned just now, like the depression of it all, is something that we probably need to talk about a lot more. We've done winter depression like once, but I think depression in general, like being not just Black, but I think especially for those of us that moved here and find it very difficult to find community. Well, in general, I think these days people are just finding it more difficult to find people that they think alike, people that they all think alike, or finding good community or anything like that. I find that we're all struggling a bit. I don't know if it's social media and everybody being more on their phones and stuff like that, but I see that this is happening more and more, and like depression is becoming even bigger. Like I thought we had the pandemic and depression and everybody was getting better, but it actually feels like this post-pandemic times, something else has now started happening where it's making people feel a lot more secluded, and there's more talk now about depression, and it will be really good to see how we can also, it can not necessarily, it might help, but at least talk about it a lot more to see what could come out of that, or see if we can actually find people that are doing things to help people in this state, or what, or give some tips, right? Because
especially black women.
Especially
you guys
black
know how I
women.
feel about black women. I have
Yeah,
the biggest
especially-
crush
no, but
on
especially
black women
of
because I'm
course.
just like, you are my people. You are my first and
Yeah.
core.
I mean, I think it's obvious from
important.
the podcast, like it's
Literally.
it's more in that direction. We're not excluding anybody, but it's definitely more
Nah,
for
I am.
people that
Sorry. For me personally, I am. Yeah.
it's
First
like
and
You're
foremost,
doing what? Sorry.
excluding
excluding
anybody. She
people.
said she's
Like
excluding
for me
people.
personally, in my personal space, I have a hierarchy. First and foremost, black women,
Yeah.
and then the rest, it's a mishmash. It depends on the day how
I'm
the rest come.
screaming.
Like, I'm so sorry,
I
but
thought
she
that's
was
just
gonna
me.
be like,
I'm
and then
sorry.
black men,
And
I
I'm not
love it.
apologetic because in
Yeah.
everyone else's hierarchy, in the system's hierarchy, black women are
Yeah.
always at the at the
Yeah,
bottom.
at
So
the
in my
bottom.
own
True.
hierarchy, black women are always here.
Yeah.
Always. So
Talk that
sorry
talk.
for being excluded, but
Who would come next though?
it depends on the day.
women.
It depends on the day. If I'm feeling
Other women or
and it's
black
also-
men first?
That's a tricky
that's why I'm saying it
one.
depends, because you know why? If it's an instance where I know racism is also playing its role, then obviously black men follow. But if it's an instance where it's sexism rearing its head, obviously white women come.
White
but
women
usually
or like POCs.
I would say
before white women?
POCs. I would say POC women.
yeah,
Period.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
POC.
Nothing else after that.
Dot dot dot
A long dot.
dot dot dot.
A lot of dots.
No, but that's what I'm
M
saying.
dash.
It depends on the day because sometimes.
Long and dash.
No, but you also have instances where the POC women are not on your side.
That's the thing.
So-
But then you have more of those instances where white women are not on your side.
That's
So
why
I'm
I say
saying-
the hierarchy depends on the day and the instance. It's not a clear-cut situation. The hierarchy always changes based on who's in front of me, what's the situation in front of me,
Yeah.
what is going on, what is the story. But usually, because my problem with black women is I'm almost always biased. I'm always inclined to take the black woman's side. That's my problem. Even when they are on some fuckery, I'm
and they be
almost
on some
always-
fuckery actually.
That's
like, we
the
do
thing.
have
They
to say
really
that,
be
like,
on it. You know, I find
I think
myself
that's-
commenting on TikTok sometimes like,
there's
don't
some
you
people
ever?
that are like just yeah.
But let's
hard.
get into why black men would not come straight after black women.
Yeah, because we've said every other thing.
right?
No, I'm just gonna say it straight.
Let's
black
get
men be on
into
some
it.
fuckery sometimes. Sorry, PY, as the only black man in the room.
As the
Shout out to you,
as
by
the
the way.
Shout out.
spokesperson for black men. Yeah.
But honestly, black men sometimes, and again, it always depends on the situation, but black men are also not the first people to be protecting black women or on the side of black women. And for that, it's always a thing where you actually, it can't be an automatic thing where I'm like, oh, there's a black man in front of me. If anything is to happen, I can automatically
Lean
expect
on
him to
him,
protect
yeah.
me, to do
Especially
something.
because
for me.
Rufaro said she'll always choose the bear.
Listen,
Can't believe that.
I never changed my stance on that.
Yeah, she's like bear every day.
Men versus bear, it's bear all the time, all the way. Because it's the
Chioma,
fact that
man
you
versus
don't.
bear.
I plead the fifth.
Now you
Man-
can't
man
plead
versus
nothing.
bear.
I plead the fifth.
No,
You
this
can't.
is not the US, girl. There's no fifth here.
The fifth has been pleaded. Done. Passive voice.
No, but actually, Chioma, you as a person who grew up in Germany, I'm curious because maybe not from your own experience, but like, what's that like? This dynamic between black, even as kids, this dynamic between black women and men. What is it like? Because I feel like my perspective or our perspective is a bit biased because we know a different situation, a different scenario. Because back in Zimbabwe, I feel like I could trust black men more than I can here. I think it's hard, but so I don't know. What's it like?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
it like?
Where do I start?
In the
Okay.
beginning.
From the beginning, right? when I was a child, let me not even, reference myself. So
Okay.
Black men always give the excuse of choosing white women because they've been socialized in a predominantly white country.
Yeah.
Right? I don't really think that's an excuse, because if your entire, if your household is all Black, what now prompts you to step outside of everything that is Black, right? And for you to put the white woman first. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you grow up with these dynamics, and that's also why you see so many interracial couples. But the thing is, I know for a fact that if I was to trip on my way, running to the train or to the bus, or if something was to happen to me, I don't know, if I was to get beaten up or so, these men would not help me. They wouldn't. They wouldn't.
That's the problem.
They wouldn't. And it even starts from like a young age where, and this is something that I have noticed as well, you're walking past and you're like a teenager. You're walking past a black man, like you're seeing him from afar. The minute he sees you, he looks to the opposite direction and keeps walking, looking into the opposite direction until he has passed you by, and then he looks straight again. I'm like, my guy.
No one is checking for you like
Nobody
that.
is even trying to look at you. Like, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, you know my favorite thing though is this face they make when they have a white chick on their arm, and then you pass. Yeah.
There was a time. Oh my God, there was a time where it was to the white girl, right? I would be like, keep him. I would literally walk up to her and be like, Auntie, keep him. And she would just be like, and then the guy would look at me. I'm like, what you gonna do about it?
No, because the girl would like tug tighter onto the man, and then the man will do a thing of like, they'll either act like they can't see you, they won't.
No, for me, they always they start looking at the sky. I'm like, looking. I'm like, yeah, the sky is blue.
My God, I'm like, no one is checking for you like that. But that's my thing. I feel like,
but that shows that they're insecure, though.
You think? Because sometimes
why else would they be pulling him tighter? Like, pulling tighter for what? I'm not going to get him.
But the thing is, you could if you wanted to. I think that's
I don't think so. The problem and the reason for that is there's like their mindset has been conditioned into putting white women first so much. Like PY said, it's not going to change in our generation anymore.
So, I mean, because this is Germany, right?
PY, would you like to add anything?
So what specifically?
The dynamic not changing in this generation.
Exactly.
Because I feel like what's stopping that? What's the reason for that to not be a thing to look forward to in this generation?
I think when I say generation, I mean, first of all, let's put this in context.
Yeah.
Social media is a wild place.
Yeah.
So anything you see on social media is 3 times, it's 3x.
Yeah.
So let's not focus too much on social media. But when we come down to reality, I think that at this age, people have already made up their mind. They like what they like, and that's it. But for me, it's the people who like to talk down on black women.
That's the thing.
That's the one that kills me.
Yeah.
And for me, those people are not going to teach their children any better.
Exactly.
But if you are in an interracial relationship and you teach your kids, the essence of, the black woman, or, the struggles that black women have had, and black women and black men have had, and you bring them up in that way, I think then you're laying the right foundation for them.
Yeah.
But I don't see those people doing that.
But I've seen, to be fair, I know I always like to bring a little bit of balance. I have seen some really balanced interracial people, which speaks to the kind of upbringing that they've had, right? Like these days, I've met some people that, they're just so balanced, because you also always see like a lot of, there's something not so all right with this person. But I've seen quite a few balanced interracial people. And I think, like you said, it's a function of the parents as well, like how they've raised them to know that, okay, it's black and it's white and it's different, not like less than. Because that's always my thing. There's nothing wrong with, obviously, nobody cares who you're sleeping with. That's your problem. But the thing is, when you go into an interracial relationship and it always just seems like one is less than as opposed to just being different.
Or one has elevated themselves because they are with the other.
Yeah, that's when it becomes tricky. And like you said, obviously the child growing up in that dynamic, they're also going to have that sense of, okay, these people got together, but those people over there are like, you know, less than, and it just continues to foster this kind of weird vicious cycle that is you know, crazy. And I think that's the thing, question you're asking, PY, I don't know how to answer. I don't think it's going to change in this generation. Actually, I don't want to say it's ever going to change, because how do you teach parents? As long as there's always a parent, it's always going to pass down. So how do you teach parents is the thing. I don't know how that is ever going to happen.
It breaks my heart so much, because for me, Black love is a hill I'm willing to die on.
Black love is so... Anyways, you guys know how I feel about this by now if you listen. Black love is my jam.
Like that's why, like, Remy Ma and Papoose, like, breaking up, it broke me.
Yeah.
Okay, celebrities are a different caliber for me. It's never real. I don't look at Black love in the lens of celebrities and be like, oh my God, I want that. Some of them, sure, but there's something so superficial about it.
Is there any celebrity Black love that you're like, oh my God?
What's this guy? Who's this guy? I can't think of their name right now.
I have two that I like a lot. You know this guy, what's his name? Now whenever I need to talk about the person, I forget their name. The guy from, did you watch This Is Us?
Who?
This is Us.
Nope.
Okay. My white sides are showing.
Michelle Obama as well. Like, love them.
Nah, that one. After reading Michelle's book, I'm just like, I'm not.
I've never really been a Barack
vibe.
and Michelle stan, but good for
Really?
them.
Nah.
You said good.
Like no, like bless them. It's nice. It's nice. Nothing against them. Of course they're like the epitome of everything, right? But it's nice. No, the guy that acted O.J. Simpson.
You didn't watch the movie.
You didn't watch
The People versus OJ.
The People versus OJ. The guy.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Not Cuba Gooding Jr. Not the guy that acts as OJ.
No, that
the
guy is
lawyer.
problematic.
What's his name? The guy that was the breakout star. What's his name? How come nobody knows it?
I don't know.
Have I forgotten his name? I like this man.
What is
I like
it
him
that
so
you
much.
like
I like him and his wife's
Okay.
relationship, and they've been together for like more than 20 years now.
Okay.
Like it's very, very beautiful to watch. I actually used to watch a show called Black Love. That's how much
I know.
You know who I'm talking about.
But then another one that
Yeah.
I just remembered is was it Boris Kojo and his wife?
Oh, I don't know his story with his wife.
And
They've been
Boris,
together
the two light
forever.
eyes, yeah. Sorry,
The two
that's what I
light
called him.
eyes.
I forgot her name, but
I
she
just know
has
that
like,
he's Afro-German. Like, he speaks
yeah,
German fluently.
yeah.
Like, he's half Ghanaian, half German.
No, he's not Ghanaian. Why does everybody think everybody's Ghanaian? He's
my
from
God.
Benin Republic.
Okay.
Isn't he?
You're talking about Sterling K. Brown.
I'm talking about Sterling K. Brown. Thank you.
Kojo is Ghanaian.
He's not Ghanaian.
Kojo, like, hello.
Listen,
Madam,
I
did
need
my
to set her
research.
straight.
Oh my gosh.
Kojo.
Okay,
But then this is how you guys know that she's not Ghanaian. Like, if she did not know this,
No, because
like,
she's
no.
been denying
No,
it.
Kojo is a Ghanaian name. I know that. Or Togolese,
He's
whatever.
half German, half
I thought
That's
he
what I
was Benin.
said.
I thought he's from Benin Republic.
But
He
hey,
has numerous
please.
interviews
Oh,
talking
Lord.
about being from Ghana.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, that one was my mistake. Yeah, but I was talking about Sterling K. Brown and his wife. I love those guys. Like, like anytime he speaks about his wife is the most beautiful thing. Him. And then also, do you know Kev on stage?
No.
What's wrong with you people? Okay, move on.
No, for me, it's like I don't consume celebrities' love stories. I literally don't. It's
No,
the
but these
same thing
people,
you're
they're
always
almost,
saying.
They're almost kind of normal people.
Not really. It's
Okay,
the
not
same
Sterling
thing
K,
you
but
say
Kev on
about
stage,
content.
he's a YouTuber, content creator. I see them as almost normal people, even if because of what they do, they're like celebrities. But
You were the one who said love on social media is not real, like these content creators. Mariam, the double standards are coming now. I cannot
because
with
it's Black
you.
love, right? Thank you
Like,
for calling me out. Let's
I
move on.
cannot with you because you've literally said your words were the thing about couples
They don't do
content.
couples
They're good.
content. They're two separate people,
But we know them because
we
they
know
create
them because I know
content.
them because they were on that show called Black Love. That's how I know them as a couple. And then now I follow both of them. and I just like watching their lives. But yeah, you're right.
I'm still
Moving
side-eyeing
on.
you. Still
Moving on.
side-eyeing you.
So, as someone who was not born in Germany, then what dynamics have you noticed between Afro-German men and Afro-German women, and then non-native German-speaking African men and non-native German-speaking
Sorry, which ones
African
are we?
women?
Which ones are
Sorry,
we?
it's the social
I
scientist.
I
in
totally
me.
get the dynamics
Sorry.
though.
Yeah, but
I get your question.
well, which ones are we?
Non-native German speaking
German-speaking.
African.
Okay, that's who we are.
Yeah.
And then Afro-German is someone that was born here.
So that would be me.
That'll be you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I don't identify with that
wasn't going
term.
to
This is
say.
like, listen, I'm just Nigerian. That's it.
Okay.
But for
go.
me, I've always spoken on this though. I feel, and my experience has been, the Afro-German men, they don't fuck with non-native German speaking.
The problem is that title is very long.
Okay, so let me just simplify it. Afro-German men, in my experience,
black
before
Germans.
someone comes for me, my experience, black German men, they don't fuck with anyone who is not white or black German like themselves.
True.
But black German women, like the black women who were born here, they're open. They can fuck with everyone.
Is it that they can fuck with everyone, or they don't maybe have a choice?
They're
Who?
limited.
The men?
The women.
The women.
Or they don't have a choice.
No, but like they're open. They can date
No, because
Africans.
my
they've
point
had to
is,
open
it
them.
always kind of seems like, and this, like with us, in our opinion, it always kind of seems like the men in their own circle, so the black German men, it's not a big option for them because they choose other things. So it kind of it feels like they don't have a choice but to be somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, but why is it not the same case for the black German men? Why can they not? A black German man is not looking to date an African woman, even if the African woman can speak German. They're not looking to date anything else that's not. It's literally like in my experience, they only date either white or other black Germans like themselves. Nothing else. But the
And
women,
just for context, it's not everyone.
not
We're
every-
not
not
generalizing, but
obviously.
it's a huge majority.
Yeah.
it's a huge majority.
Before anyone starts coming for us.
And
No,
I find it weird
think,
because the women are more open. The women will date African men, like even an African man who's been in Germany for 2 months. They will date them.
But I think, but isn't it the other thing? So it's what I always say. It's like it's a vicious cycle. Like there's no break. Isn't it the thing of when the African men move here as well, they don't want to be with like the women from their own communities as well, because for them, it's like obvious. Not everybody. White women are at the top. What's closer to we're speaking Germany, right? What's closest to white women? POCs. What's closest to that? A black woman that speaks German perfectly.
Born here.
Yeah, born here. And then the rest are the rest. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, even the POC, I'm saying the POC that is born here, and then maybe even the POC that isn't born here, but
It's still on top.
I wouldn't agree because
this is how
because sometimes but I've also had instances where POCs they don't really they don't know how to articulate themselves in German. And then I come and I'm like bam 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 bam, and then that German person will pay more attention to me, right? Obviously, from the looks, I'll be somewhere down there. But as soon as I speak German, it's like, oh, so then the attention now shifts.
But it's still a weird
It's
thing.
weird.
But in any case, I was still explaining. Then the dynamic comes. Now I'm removing the black Germans from the chat for a bit, going to the African people. Let me watch my mouth. Could this be the episode I talk about that thing I always talk about, Zimbabwean men versus West African men, for example? Could this be?
Rufaro, be kinder to your men, man.
Kind to Zim men.
Rufaro.
Zim men. Kind to Zim men.
What is
Not in
going
this
on?
life.
What did
Okay,
you say in
maybe
that
this is not the
episode?
episode. Maybe this is not the
No,
episode.
wait, what
I
did
was
you
just-
say in that episode? Let's rehash it.
Because
I
okay,
asked
the
Rufaro,
question, yeah.
do you date Zimbabwean men?
Oh, Lord.
Yes or no?
Go on then.
I want to. Trust me. I really I
Want to
truly
is shade.
I truly want to.
Want to is shade.
I truly want to, because there's nothing easier than just having your person who speaks your language. So my mother tongue is Shona. I just want a man who's going to say, Rufaro Kanaka, man. Like, you know what I'm saying is Zim men. I feel like a lot of Zim women are going to feel me on this because this is the frustration we have collectively as Zim women. We want our men because it's like we want to just be in that vibe where we listen to Zim music, we vibe. Everyone wants that. Like you're always saying, your thinking language is your most comfortable language, right? But I have not experienced men who give the least amount of effort in anything as a man. Correct me in the comments section.
What does effort mean? They don't open the doors.
Oh,
they don't
that
buy
you can forget.
Stuff.
That you know how people are saying bare minimum or princess treatment. Zimmen will tell you opening doors is princess treatment. I can tell you that. So you're already far. You're far off. You said I must be kinder. I'm trying to find it.
I went on a date with a Shona guy once.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
This guy was clingy.
Clingy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he bought me roses.
Really? As a man bought you? Let me fix my chair.
When we went for dinner, when we went, right, for dinner, I didn't even have to do the thing that all women always do, like just act like you're reaching for your... You see what I'm saying? He was paid.
As a man.
And he picked me up as well. And he dropped me off.
No, I don't believe you.
But I just...
The standards are on the floor.
Literally. They are in Keller.
Sorry, Chioma.
The thing is...
No, but I do recognize that was an exception, though. I do recognize
even
that.
without it being like an exception, there's also a thing, and this is across cultures because I've experienced this. Or I've heard stories about this amongst other groups of people as well. That, for example, a Ghanaian man will, and not all of them. I know not all people will like start tippity tapping in the comment section, but it's been a thing that Ghanaian men, for example.
Sorry, move on.
It's been a thing that, for example, Ghanaian men, they will be like showing up more for a Zimbabwean woman, for example, more than they would for their own Ghanaian.
No, I think that's the thing of in human psychology, the grass is always green on the other
exactly.
side. I think that's
it's like your own, you take it for granted.
Yeah.
So a Ghanaian man will probably take a Ghanaian woman for granted, but he'll be so overbearing for a Zim woman because she's more exotic.
It's the same with Nigerian men.
Same as Zim men. So I'm not surprised that you say a Zim man did all these things for you because you're like this new thing, you're like this new vibe, you're Nigerian, you're sexy, you're like, but with a Zim woman, he would probably do it still, but trust me, down the line, 2-3 months is gonna die down because they're gonna be like, you were shy, you were like, come on.
How did it end with the Zim guy? Okay, let's move on.
Sips drink. But my thing is, and then I always have conversations with Zim men. I'm not done with you lot. Zim men, they then ask, why do you people like...
It's so bad. Like I try because I'm like truly. You remember there's this creator. I think he's UK based. That I find him so funny. He's a Zim guy.
Which one?
He's a Zim. I don't
Is it on
know.
the
I don't know his name.
podcast?
No.
Oh.
He's a create.
I think you're talking about Munya Chawa.
I don't know. He's in the UK. He does funny
How
content.
do you never know what these people's names are? Lord Jesus.
Let me tell you, my girl. Like the way my life is set up, I have a few minutes a day to scroll. So I'm literally just scrolling. This guy, I don't know, he's just I think I've shared some things like he does funny content. So one time he did one about why he thinks Zimbabwean women don't pick them. And then he did like how a Nigerian man will show up, how another guy will show up. And then like when he came to this Zim guy, he was like,
that was hilarious.
Like basically the lamest person ever. And I was like,
that's how they are.
I don't like it can't be. But he seems like in real life he's like like good vibes.
But that's the thing. You can be good vibes all you want everywhere else. But when it comes to picking up women, it's not just about vibes.
Rufaro, what do you people want? Use Zim women. Because let me tell you, anybody that thinks Nigerian men are the prize.
But that's not. It's not about being the prize.
It's delusional.
It's giving delusional. It's giving delulu. Like I can't trust you guys because the person you're putting above Zim men is Nigerian men. I can't trust you.
That's a hill I will die on.
Nigerian men.
I will easily put Nigerian men above Zimbabwean men.
I'm
gonna explain. Let me explain myself.
You have finished.
Listen.
Okay, first of
And
all,
your
disclaimer
entire
before you guys
generation to
come for
come.
me. Yes, I am married to a Nigerian man that I really, yes, him aside. the remaining Nigerian men are the people we're talking about.
No, but my thing, I'm going to explain the dynamic to you. For me personally, and I feel like a lot of Zim women will relate to this, because the thing I'm talking about, effort, right? So, for example, I've had a Zim men who would, for example, we're talking on WhatsApp and we're just chatting, and then I send him a message. It's just sitting there marinating, no responses, nothing. I go to Instagram, you're posting stories. What the fuck is that?
Nigerian men do the same thing.
But that's the thing. So you see the thing I was talking about. I'm still
Let me tell you, I
explaining.
know
You
why I
guys
would say the standards are on the floor, but that's still better.
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing
That's
me.
still better than somebody that will date you for 2 months. And then you now find out that he has a wife.
But that's the thing.
One
You
wife.
feel, I feel
One
like,
wife.
Girl.
okay,
like,
let me just say, in my
please.
experience, at least I have, if anyone I have dated who was, it's not even, I don't even have a whole catalog of Nigerian men, but like, I've
Rasta.
gotten, but the thing is, in my small experience with Nigerian men, it's been a thing where, yes, it's going to turn to shit, but that small time, they are like trying to get your attention, that
They
they're
love
courting
bombing.
you feel courted.
They're speaking
with
Yoruba,
Zim men
Abi.
though, you're not being
Yoruba
courted.
demons.
Like, you are literally just ghosting me, not doing anything. It's like, if I'm
What
to
does that
call,
look like? So
I
like
don't
they
understand.
don't. Well, you guys don't text.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so for example,
Yeah.
let's say I'm simultaneously dating for 5 days.
What does simultaneously mean?
So at the same time,
girl, bye.
Girl,
Madam.
the fuck bad. Like, so let's say for as a social,
Nigerians went to school. Oh.
No, I know the meaning in general. Like I'm just like,
Oh, what does that mean
Yeah,
in her
yeah,
context?
yeah.
no, it's a, so let's say if we're to do a social experiment,
Yeah.
you're a social scientist, so maybe you can actually picture this quite vividly. As a social
if I want
experiment,
to.
if I could maybe date 2 men simultaneously, a Zim man and a Nigerian man, for 5 days, it's
Yeah.
an experiment.
Yeah.
So the treatment I'm giving them both is supposed to be the same in this experiment. Do you know I may, and then after the 5 days, if I'm told after these 5 days, you are to pick one person you are going to date for the next, I don't know, 3 months or whatever. I feel like as a Zim woman, 99% of the chance is I'll pick the Nigerian man after that. So they don't know they're in an experiment. They have to act the way they would just act when they're trying to court
so
women.
aggravating.
Because the thing is, for me, I'm like, because sometimes I'm not even trying to be like serious with Nigerian men like that, right? Even though I have been serious with some of them.
is
But
it like the
thing
money
is,
thing? Because I mean,
for
for
me,
us,
no.
generosity is a thing that I think we all have, men or women. So like that's why you say like, oh, a Nigerian man will spend X, Y, Z, and
For
is
me,
that what's
no.
the effort? Is it the
For me,
spending?
no, actually, because I don't like when I don't care for a man spending money on me like that. No.
Don't
No,
say
I
that
don't.
outside.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it like I don't want them doing it, but
Okay,
it's a thing that I
please.
don't actively look for, because I feel
Okay.
like it will blind me from looking. Because you can tell a generous person from the smallest thing.
Yeah.
You can tell this person is capable of buying me a YSL bag later on in life just by the smallest thing he does. Like,
what happened to Hermes?
Mike. But just as an example.
Joking.
So it's like, even in the first few days of trying to court a girl, Nigerian men, they do a better job than Zim men. Zim men try to do this thing of being nonchalant. I don't know who told them.
But
that
at least you know what's to come. Nigerian men are just going
no,
to
you
do
don't know
all
what's
these
to come.
things.
They still do the same thing. Zim men are out here lying to women, telling them I don't have a wife. They have a wife at home and kids. So they at the end, so that's why I'm saying at the end, you know it's both going to turn to shit. But just for that time, for enjoyment, I'll still pick a Nigerian man, because at least he's going to be sending
She
the good
wants
morning
them to be
text. He's going to be
chalanting.
acting like he cares about me, even if he doesn't. He's
How
still going
do
to act.
Zim men treat white women?
I don't know. I'm very individual on that one, because I have my own way of doing things on that one.
What does that mean?
I don't want to explain that bit. I don't want to explain that bit. Zim women, please, comment section is open.
Justice for the Zimbabwean
Wait,
men.
but
No,
we're
but-
talking about black men, and then
Yeah, but you
their
brought
counterpart.
white people into the chat. I cannot speak on that.
True.
I
She does not
I
know. She only
don't-
knows her own experience.
Yeah, I'm in a very black bubble,
In your words, she pleads the fifth.
literally. So that's the thing. And I feel like I'm not doing a good job explaining this dynamic of why Zim men flood to Nigerian men. But I get it, is what I'm saying. I truly, truly get it. Do you
So,
know?
but in your own experience, like, cause you've been in that
Yeah.
Zim Nigerian, it's very trendy. You guys are so hip. But yeah, you feel it. That's true. In your own experience, like, would you say it was worth it?
Yeah, absolutely.
God, she said that without blinking.
Absolutely, it was, because it was still a learning experience. Now I also know what to look out for when I'm dealing with Nigerian men.
Okay, so like there'll be
example.
future dealings even.
Absolutely, yeah.
But guys, I'm more interested in bringing
Okay,
this
you
back to
didn't have
my...
a bad experience then
I have.
with Nigerian men.
Of course I have.
Like bad experience.
Not the ones that you see on social media. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I feel like I'm
Okay,
also
so you
biased
haven't
because
had a
I've
bad
been lucky because
experience,
I've
yeah.
dated people who have
Reasonable.
sense somehow. Of course,
Yeah.
it never worked out because I wouldn't be here. But I feel like I've been lucky on that front.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the general dynamic when you're meeting a person for the first time. But you know, the moment a
okay.
Nigerian man will be like, baby, what are you doing this weekend? It's like they put this effort. It's almost like pressure sometimes where you're supposed to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like maybe it's not the same when they're dealing with their fellow Nigerian women, because that thing
No,
I explained
I
of
don't
like
think it's
people.
not the same. I think it happens because
You think?
I think again I don't know how like how you guys are like socialized when it comes to like intimacy and stuff. Because like for Nigerian men, they want to get to the point quicker. That's why the love bombing happens. And the point is, you know.
I guess
the
it's
points.
refreshing then for a lot of Zim women, because that's not the case in Zimbabwe. It's like you want to prolong it, you want to feel wanted, you want to
Yeah, so how
hard
come you
to
like the Nigerian men then? Because they just want to get to the point.
No, I'm saying that's how the men function. The Zim men, that's how they function. So I guess the vibe from the Nigerian men
The
is more
Zim men want
refreshing
to,
because
like-
you feel wanted quicker.
Yeah.
And you feel like, yeah, I could jump on this quicker than with someone who's
Yeah.
being nonchalant. At the end of the day, I'm not even sure if you truly want me or not, but I'm supposed to play this game of, you know, chasing for it's just exhausting. All I can say is, and can someone please explain this better than me, because I feel like I'm not doing
Yeah.
justice, but Zim men are just the most low effort men I've experienced in my life.
Justice for Zim
And
men.
I do understand why.
I don't know
and
anything. I don't actually know anything. I've never met a single one in my
more
life.
interested
But
in-
just the way she talks about them, I'm always like, Farah, be kinder to
I
your
cannot.
men.
I'm so sorry. I just cannot. Because also, if Zim men made sense, you see how Zim women let me just say Southern African women, because the same with South African women,
Yeah.
you heard from Botswana.
That's happening as well.
well.
And even in the East, it's also beginning to happen with
Exactly.
Kenyans and Kenyan
Why
women and
is it-
Nigerian men.
You see, why is it all these groups of women will be flocking to West African men, but the West African women are not flocking to the Southern African men? You will
I
always
get
say
your
on Instagram,
point.
it's everyday Ghanaian ex-Zimbabwean wedding. 90% of the time, the woman is the Zimbabwean. It's Nigerian, the woman with the gele, they're marrying their Nigerian men. But it's never a Nigerian woman. It's hardly a Nigerian woman marrying a Zim man. Why is that? So if you really deep it, I'm not just
because
hating
we're
on
kinder
them.
to our men.
I'm still more interested in bringing this back to the dynamics of, you know, black men and black women in Germany.
Yeah.
So your experiences here. Has there been any experiences
I
that
think
you've had?
I'm very biased. Obviously,
As
because
usual.
I'm very biased because my experience, like my story, let's say, has ended. If that makes any sense,
So-
because I've done the thing, and I did meet my husband here, and in the periods where I was dating, I did the very Nigerian thing where I was just dating Nigerian men.
Lord.
Right? Like it's just that's the very Nigerian thing. It was just
Did
me.
you come across any Afro-German men? Did you notice any interesting dynamics?
I remember the thing. So I did try to have like friendship groups with Afro-Germans. I remember like I used to like go out with them sometimes and things. But it was always a thing. Like I think my whole body language will be weird once I got there because I just didn't think I didn't fit in. So there was never any fun for me, right? And I don't think if someone was checking me out, I don't think I ever noticed because in my head, I just needed to like, you know, secure myself, be safe and get home safe. Like that's it. Like, cause for me, that environment was a bit hostile because everybody's speaking German. I didn't know how to fit in and stuff like that. I just would be there, exist and then leave. So it only made sense for me to be around Nigerians, and that was what happened.
What about Nigerian Germans?
what
Nigerian
is
German
that?
men.
Where are they? I don't know this. I've never actually seen this. For me, Black German is Ghanaian.
I'm screaming.
I said this yesterday,
But would that not
right?
be German Nigerian in that sense?
I've never seen this.
So then my brother.
Where is he?
I'm screaming.
No, like where would I see
Listen, I
him?
need more.
No, the question is where would our paths cross?
Do you want mine?
I don't actually know where we would have met. That's the thing.
In Germany.
Yeah, but where?
Somewhere, the same spaces that you went to. Your,
So like
with
for the
your,
black
like,
German
friends
I think
with.
mine, like I said, I got introduced to most of them through like family members and stuff. So that happened. And the family members in question were Ghanaian. So that's now going to make you guys be like, I told you you're Ghanaian. It's not even in that sense. I'm not Ghanaian. I'm not Ghanaian. But yeah, so the family members in question are Ghanaian. So that was my community. I actually have no real contact with Nigerian Germans in that sense, at least in my age group. Because where are they actually?
Where are you people?
Yeah, actually, I don't think I've met a lot.
Maybe
except some every now and then, like mixed interracial people. Every
you
now
mean
and
biracial.
The words are too many. Every now and then, biracial people where they would be like, oh, actually, my dad is Nigerian from some so, but that's not somebody that is maybe in my circle. I just met them at like an event or something. I don't know. I'm still asking, where are they?
Am I not here? I know. Where are they?
Please, I see you. But is it a big community?
The thing is,
for instance, in Hamburg, is that a big community of
you mean the
Nigerian?
No,
that's the thing.
You would see loads of black
Ghanaians.
Can I finish my sentence by myself? Thank you very much. You would see lots of Nigerian Germans, I would say, like in the south, like Munich and stuff like that. I would say Hamburg. Sorry, oh gosh, my voice. Hamburg is really dominated.
It's fine. By
Ghanaians. But you will still see some like.
Okay. But what was that like growing up then? Like, for you as a black person growing up in Germany, what was that like?
So bringing this back
connecting with, I don't know, like, did you have Nigerian friends that were similar?
No. It was always Ghanaians. I feel like I speak more Twi than you in that case.
I'm not Ghanaian. Jesus, like, guys.
The title of this episode is going to be Mariam is not Ghanaian.
Indeed, like, I'm literally not.
And why not to date the man?
Yeah, ...
And why you shouldn't date the man.
Like, I'm actually not Ghanaian. I don't speak any Twi.
Twi.
The only Twi word I know is chale, and I don't even think that's a Twi word.
It's just like an exclamation.
It's not, right? That's the only word I know. I don't speak any Twi. I speak Ewe.
But yeah, bringing this back to why black men put white women before black women, like, obviously having lived in Germany for so long, why do you think that is?
Oh, I've said this before. They think it's an upgrade. And if you want the full context, go on to, it's not called Convos, right? You changed the name of the podcast.
Still called Convos.
No, when we did it, you called it Conversations with Black Germany.
And now it's Convos with Black Germany.
Okay. It was the Conversations.
It's Conversations with Black Germany, but now it's a channel, so it's called Convos.
Okay.
Conversations with Black Germany lives under the Convos.
I see.
Okay. So on YouTube, what's the name on YouTube? The name, I need to direct people correctly. What's the name of the channel that episode is on YouTube?
Convos.
Okay. So go on YouTube, search Convos, and you will find it says by PY.
Convos TV.
Thank you. That one, what he said. That one. Go look for it. You will see my big face on there, Mariam's face on there.
Yeah.
It's the title of the episode is, I forgot.
Just summarize what you said.
No. I need to direct people because I feel like people were attacking me without context. So I need people to go listen to the full conversation.
Episode,
But in any case, you'll find me in the thumbnail. Go listen to that whole conversation. I explained what I feel about this dynamic, but just to shorten it, I did say in this big 2025, unfortunately, we still have black men out there who believe that dating a white woman is an upgrade or like a
100%.
social upgrade,
100%.
or it makes them elevate
Their
their being.
socio-economic status.
Yeah, because basically what I was
But
saying. Say it. Say it.
I'm like, but does it though? It really
But they
doesn't.
believe it. They believe it doesn't have to be true.
doesn't.
But the fact
Because
that they
especially-
believe
like
it.
you said, especially today in 2025, like everything is so different. I understand this in the 90s a bit. I understand it in the 70s. I understand it in the 80s. But today,
But that's the thing. Whether it's true or not, whether it makes sense or not, we still have
This is
people
the
who
It's been
believe in these
internalized.
things.
because also, like, I think when I try to have this conversation, I really don't like talking about every black man because I don't think it makes it fair. Because I can't relate to someone that is from a very different social economic standing than I am, right? And I think their life is completely different. If somebody literally moved to Germany for survival, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those black men. I'm talking about men more so in our circles.
But that even that wouldn't make sense because there are black Germans that usually that get the same job done as well. Do you see what I mean?
No, I don't.
So you don't.
What do you mean? No, I don't mean that as shade. Actually, I missed the point. I don't mean that
I'm
as shade.
saying that you said in the 90s you would have understood if someone literally moved to Germany and needed to do the do.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm saying you don't need a white woman to do the do.
I see what you mean.
You can also.
You could have done it through.
Do you see what I'm
other
saying?
paths.
And then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But then there were fewer opportunities. You know, right now the world is more global than ever before. We see a lot of things where I moved to study, you moved to study, but we know so many people that move just to work, right? Like we have I know God knows how many tech bros, Nigerian tech bros that live in Berlin work very fancy jobs. I'm even hearing now there are a lot of them in C-level, because we used to ask this question: do we have any of us actually getting to C-level, really rising in the ranks? And I'm hearing that in Berlin that actually happens.
Can you explain for context what C-level?
You're
means?
executive, right? So someone is a chief operations officer in a German company. Imagine a Nigerian being
difficult.
So that, but that is happening, right? So I'm just saying these days there's a lot, and that is the circle that
What's the name of that company that this is happening in? Just asking for
please,
friends.
actually, I heard this recently. Guys in Berlin actually writing, but there's a lot of them. There's startups, there are even bigger companies that are hiring people. So a lot of people moved to into very fancy jobs, and that's the group of men that I would talk about, because we already know most women wouldn't date down. So you're not checking for somebody that moved to Germany for survival.
Hypergamy, basically.
What's hypergamy?
What you just said.
Okay.
Just added a fancy word.
Okay, I
on top
was
of
like, yeah, we're not checking for people that are quote unquote, you're not trying to date down. So I'm not going to look at somebody that actually moved for survival and say he's not checking for me. Yeah, he's not checking for me because in his mind, he's trying to survive. So now I'm talking about in that group of people, do you really think that those men will try to be with, white women POCs because they think it's still better?
I mean, some do it for love. I give it to them. Some people really do find interracial love, and it's beautiful. But I just feel and my thing is, I know people are gonna send me a lot of hate for this one, but at this point,
But they always
I don't
do.
care.
So it is.
But
what
the
it
thing is, because my thing, this is why I'm always maybe this is my thing again with black women. I don't know, but you don't get the same feeling when black women do it. When black women date white men, for example, it's usually them just trying to find love. Usually, it's never really, well, not never, but they also
Are
maybe
you on
date.
TikTok, girl?
But TikTok is not a real place.
And Instagram and all this, because remember that wedding that you sent me recently?
Okay, those instances are they are real. But I
Yeah,
feel
but this is
if
they're
someone was
actually
to
more
do,
and more, and it's
but
becoming
if
quite
someone was
irritating.
to do the statistics of it, I feel like black men do it more than black women. This thing of dating white men because they think it's going to elevate them. Sometimes black women are just exhausted, maybe because they are trying to date black. So a person like me, right? For example,
but okay,
I'm exhausted.
I think we're being too kind, because I feel like I see this these days, and it's also it's to me it's just as annoying. These days, first of all, there was the YouTube phase where everybody wanted to have an interracial couple
There was
channel.
a hashtag swirl love.
Yeah, like there was
Swirl.
that whole phase, right? And we've seen how some of those have ended. I mean, I always say, look at Nikki and Jamie.
Yeah.
Like there was that whole phase
Yeah.
of this is what we were watching. I was like, I remember then it's literally every day you see a new YouTube channel with like an interracial couple, and many times the woman is black and then there's a white man. And I remember I used to think to myself, there are hundreds of thousands of people subscribing to these channels. Who is consuming this content and why? Right? And that there was that phase. And now I feel like it's even become something else where it's like you see. Again, it's not about the relationship. Love who you, like I said, nobody cares who you're sleeping with. But it's kind of that forcing of, oh, this is so cute. Oh, look at my life. Like, nobody cares. Like, why? And a lot of times it just feels like the only reason why you're with this person is for views, for likes, and subscribers. That's what it feels like, a lot of them. And there's that one that you shared where, I don't know, that wedding that was so awkward and she was acting like, like God saved
Crying
her
and everything.
crying. I was like, you're crying at your own wedding for this
a white
basic
man.
looking white man. Like, why? What is happening? So I don't know. I feel like the women, Chioma, you literally finished.
Basic looking. Can you define basic
Oh,
looking?
Jesus.
Right.
Listen,
Can
basic
you
looking.
define?
I'm like, why? What the hell
Well,
is
can you
going on?
define it?
I'll send
Like
you the
basic
video.
looking.
That's the definition.
The man was.
It's just
Nah.
it was just basic looking.
It was just a.
It was just there was just
no.
I don't understand.
No, like elevated looks where you're like, damn.
You know
Just a
how
man
it
you
is-
would see on the
You know
street
how
and you
it is
wouldn't look
where
at him twice.
there's always the video of you want to see the man crying and all this stuff. Why are you crying at your wedding?
Ooh.
As the woman, I don't understand.
I feel like sometimes, this is my fear. Okay, this is out of the conversation. But
Yeah.
my fear is if a man ever proposes to me, I'm not going to cry, I feel like it's an unwritten
I'm
rule
not
that you're
gonna
supposed to
cry.
cry. Oh,
Why would I cry?
I
so
found my tribe
cried.
because I'm not crying for shit. But it's almost an unwritten rule. You're supposed to cry when a man proposes. You're supposed to cry at your
No,
wedding.
you're not
isn't it?
supposed to. You're not supposed to. But
you
sometime-
cry?
I did.
Cry.
You're a simp.
Oh, you're mean.
No, I am a simp. The
Ah.
thing is, I always argue that I didn't cry because the tears literally were just in my eyes. They didn't drop. Does that count as crying?
You had tears.
In my eyes.
Crying is not necessarily doing the.
I
But you
could
cry.
never even do the But no, the thing is, it's emotional. One.
Okay.
It's an emotional thing. That aside, I'm not the kind of person that cries for a lot of things.
Okay.
But it was just like an emotional moment and my friends were there. It was nice. That's it.
Shout out to Fola, by the way.
Yeah,
Made
shout out
this
to
toughy cry.
It was quite. Oh, actually, Tim recorded it. Our photographer. Yeah, he was.
We need it.
He shot.
We need to see
It was actually on Instagram for a long time. Yeah, it's no longer there.
You're holding out on me, girl.
I'll show you.
Please.
It's so funny.
But
Anyways.
in any case, wrapping it up, Chioma, I feel like I haven't really gotten your true opinion on this. So
Yeah,
what
she
are we
keeps asking
saying?
us
That's
what
because you
our-
went on a rant of
What
the
are we saying? Okay,
Zimman.
forget my
Zimman.
whole
I don't
rant.
even know what to say.
Forget my whole rant. Zimman, apologies.
It's hard
I'm
to
so
forget.
sorry. Love
You can't
but-
apologize for what you said.
She's trying to do damage control. But I'm so sorry to y'all. I spoke with a lot of emotion. I'm not lying, but maybe I should have been kinder. But
How are you going
what
to say
is the-
sorry only to unsorry
She
this
said sorry. Exactly. She said sorry, but you guys ain't
Nah, that's
shit.
not
I'm
an
not
apology.
lying. Maybe I was unkind, but I'm not lying.
Only to unsorry this
No,
situation.
I'm not
Indeed.
sorry for what I said. I'm sorry maybe for how I say it.
Can we move on from
yeah,
this?
let's
topic?
move
I
on,
want
let's
I
move
want
on.
your closing remarks on like where did we land on black women, black men dynamic.
Yeah,
in
and I
Germany?
think, do you think there's hope, right? Like, if for you, for instance, right, you're also like, you're dating, and you're in it, right? Is there a chance
I'm
that
not
you're
dating right now. I'm tired.
Okay, but still,
Don't
is there
give
hope?
up. Yeah, is there
I'm
hope,
tired.
or do you feel like you would kind
Just like PY said, like for our generation, obviously there's no hope anymore. I'm sure there's some black men out there that obviously love black love in Germany. But like, it's like in German, you would say, ich suche nach einer Nadel im Heuhaufen.
Ooh. looking for a
You're
needle
looking for a needle in a haystack.
Okay, I was like, hey.
How long have you been in Germany? Girl, but this...
I feel like your brain blocks out German.
It really does. It really does.
But you need to work on that, because as soon as you heard the German, I could literally see the body.
You saw me exactly. I was like, hey.
The hair came up before I even finished my sentence, girl.
Sorry, go on.
So, as I was saying, there are somewhere out there, guys. If you're there, my DMs are open. Applications are being taken as of right now.
Actually, guys, 2 of my projects for next year. 1, throw referral the biggest, baddest 30th birthday party ever in Germany. That's the first one. Second one is hook Chioma up. I'm on that. I'm on it. Don't worry. And he's gonna be Nigerian. I hope that's okay.
Man,
that's
after
it.
what we said here about Nigerian
No.
But it's not all of them.
It's not all of them.
But
that's
again,
it's a needle in the haystack, but it's there.
Yeah, but then...
But the needle is there. It's not like
Let me
you're
tell you,
looking.
it's a needle in a haystack, and I have magnets. That's
Damn!
it.
Listen, right there and then. No, the episode needs to end right there and then because there's nothing else we can say that's going to top that line. So with that, guys, I'm just going to say thank you for listening, tuning in. And as always, like, share, and subscribe.
I feel like it's such a bad place to end it.
No, it's the perfect place. I swear, it's the perfect point to end the episode because, listen, that was a bar.
It was, wasn't it?
She has a magnet.
I have
Anyway,
a magnet.
while you're at it, hook me up as well because...
Nigerian.
I don't understand.
But yeah, guys, please like, share, and subscribe.
I still
to
wanted
the
to add
episode
stuff,
and-
She just...